Oh gosh, all right, we're live from Springfield, Colorado. It says Liberal, Kansas, not in Liberal, Kansas. Springfield, Colorado. Let me get all my other stuff set up here. Everything hopefully is working good here. We're in front of the Loves here in Springfield. Got storms already going up, so we're gonna go get on them. We're gonna go ahead and get on these guys. Gonna go ahead and get on these things here. And chance for a couple of tornadoes today, guys. I'm not overly confident about it, but certainly I've seen much worse. And so we're gonna give it a shot. Welcome in, everybody. Make sure to like the stream and sub to the channel if you're new. And we're in Colorado. This is the first Colorado chase of the year for me. I have not yet been up here. So first Colorado chase of the year for me, and I've had bad luck here in the past. So I'm hoping this today's the day things turn around for me. And I had some major car problems, so I got to get out and check my tape job here and see if I need to retape anything. But I was having major problems with the bottom of my car, and some of my tape is starting to falter here. So the bottom of I'll show you guys in a minute here. Whenever we get onto these roads here and out onto this storm, I'll show you guys what's going on the bottom of the car. And a big piece of metal fell off last night, so I had to retape it up onto the car. And let me get my route here. I had to retape this big old metal piece up onto the car. And that's no fun. Okay, let's see here. Let's get down here. I hope I don't lose service. I'm gonna start driving down to the storms here. We're not quite on them yet, but we're gonna start driving that direction here and get onto these things. So I think the best tornado potential, just like yesterday, is going to be kind of early on between 4 o'clock and 6 maybe, and it won't, maybe I think by 7 or 8 o'clock, just like yesterday, I think our storms might struggle with cold air. But let's hope this tape job holds. So far it's holding okay, but the cracks in the armor are I might retape a couple of things here, but it's not good. It's because the problem with this is it's in a section of the car that I can't really reach, so it's very difficult because it's in a section of the car that I can't reach. I'm just hoping I did a good enough job of supporting it that it'll stay for the rest of the day and I can worry about it tomorrow. But it's on a part of the car that's hard to get to, so it was a very hard. It took like 30 minutes for me to even tape it up to where I could get over here, and then elevation 4,332 feet right here. But it took a while for it to tape, and the tape could fail again. It could fail, so we'll see. If that tape fails, it's going to be rough, because the problem is the roads out here are completely muddy. The car is going to be soaking wet. The roads are muddy. it's hard to retape when your car is all muddy. You have to go get it washed, and you know, it's just not easy. But bumpy. But we have storms that are going to be firing off of the higher elevation. They're firing off of the elevation here just to the west of Campo and to the west of Springfield, Colorado. They're firing off the elevation, and we're going to be headed right to them. So here in the next 20-30 minutes, we'll be on a storm. So we'll be on a storm in the next half hour, and I'm honestly pretty tired today. But I did get tired, as in, you know, just a little bit burnt out from missing stuff yesterday. But I was able to get a good sleep last night, so that'll help me out here. So funny story, guys. Okay, so I didn't know anything was wrong with the bottom of my car. So last night I stayed in Liberal, Kansas. So I leave Liberal, Kansas, and about 5 miles to the north of Liberal, I'm driving, and my thing starts flapping and hitting the ground. Okay, and then I'm like, okay, I got to go back to this Walmart and get some tape. And so I get some tape, do kind of a lousy tape job, and then 5 minutes later I start driving north, and again the thing starts smacking on the ground, and it's all bent and everything. And so I have to drive back into Liberal for the fourth time, and I go back to the Walmart, and this time I get the good tape, the tape that I really like to use. The T-Rex tape is what I really like to use. I get some of the T-Rex tape. That stuff is good. If you ever need like permanent tape, T-Rex tape, it doesn't get any better than that. But I get the T-Rex tape, and I get the T-Rex tape on there, and it takes me about 30 minutes. I'm on the ground under the car, sweating, trying to, you know, not hit my head on the bottom of the car, trying to, you know, it was pretty rough. So I do think that tape will come off. I have a feeling that it's going to come off at some point. I'm going to have to retape it very soon. The problem is the part of the car that's messed up is very hard to get to. So the part of the car that got all jacked up it's not easy to get to. It's not just like the undercarriage, because if it was just the undercarriage, I'd just be able to do a 5-minute tape job and whatnot. But this was much more difficult, and I think to actually tape it on correctly, I'm gonna have to. I think I'm going to have to jack the car up. I'd have to get the car jacked up to be able to actually do a good tape job there, but I don't have the correct kind of jack to be able to do that, so we'll see. We'll see if let's hope it if the tape can just stay on for today, I'll be fine with it, and I can worry about it, you know, tomorrow or whatever. But we're headed out to our storm here. It might actually be due west of us. You can actually probably see some of the dark skies just over the horizon here. Of course, these roads are very bumpy, and this terrain out here is very flat. Well, no, I would say that. It's very green right now. Actually, they've gotten a lot of rain recently. It's relatively flat, but there's kind of these little hills, you know. Now, to the north of here and to the south of here, it gets very hilly, and there's like kind of these canyons. It's really rough. So one of the things that we're going to have to be mindful of today is the road network is bad. Our road network is bad. We're in the middle of nowhere. There's lots of canyons. There's some farms, but not a ton. So the road network is going to be bad. And there's a lot of rain. There's been a lot of rain here in the last week or two. Actually, honestly, the last few months. So these dirt roads are not good. The dirt roads are very bad. I was driving through some dirt roads on the way here in Kansas, and let's just say I I don't want to end up on any dirt roads today, especially if it's raining. If there's precipitation coming and I'm on a dirt road today, I might be in for a bad time. So, but we'll see, and we'll hope maybe we'll get lucky and the storm will traverse right on the area with the good roads. So maybe we'll get lucky. I'm about okay. We have supercells now blowing up here, so I don't know. One of the problems is, like, if I get too far out on these supercells, I'm gonna have to backtrack. But we'll see here. But we got supercells firing. I don't know if you guys can see that on the radar or not, but yeah, here you go. Right, yeah, stuff firing right here. Oh gosh. Just by chem right there, we got stuff already firing now. By chem. My hood isn't closed all the way. My hood came unlatched, so I'm gonna have to fix that in a minute too. But we're gonna be able to see these storms soon. We're about 30 miles away, but out here you can see the storms from 20, 30 miles away, so we'll be able to see them pretty quick here. And it'll just be kind of a wait and see which one of these storms becomes dominant, because you're probably going to have some kind of merger. I can already see the base of the storm. So, and it'll be interesting. They're already up to about 40,000 feet, so these are slowly growing here. And we'll see what happens. One of these might merge with the other one, and the other target today was down back by Lubbock, where it was yesterday, and that was the other target. And I think that target looked a little bit more interesting last night, or I think it looked a little bit more interesting. But there is an outflow boundary down there, and there's going to be a supercell that fires somewhere on that outflow boundary down west of Lubbock. So Lubbock, if you're in Lubbock and you got hit really hard yesterday, or you're in that area, get ready for round 2. Maybe not quite with the tornadoes. I'm not sure. The tornado threat today is definitely lower than yesterday. The tornado threat is lower, but the threat for big hail and flooding, that all exists again. So hopefully the big flooding and everything stays to a minimum down there. But we do have a supercell firing out here, and we're one of the only chasers on it. We might be the only live chaser even on this storm right here going up. There's some people coming up from the south, but a lot of them are, not going to be out here for another hour or so. So we got a little bit of a head start. If anything happens in the next few minutes, we'll be one of the first people on it. I think tomorrow I want to go chase up in Missouri, St. Louis area. I think I'll want to do that tomorrow. But welcome in, guys. I need to probably look at some chat. I haven't been good about looking at chat during these chases, and it is hard when you're having these intense chases to do it, but right now is my perfect time to read chat and interact with you guys. And I don't know how many chasers are live right now. Are there any chasers live? We're already on a storm here. I'm not in Liberal, Kansas, guys. I'm in Colorado. What's up, everybody? How's it going? Michael, good morning. Michelle, good morning. Grifter, good morning. OTM, good morning. Watching from Topeka. Nice. Springfield, Colorado. Heck yeah, we're in Springfield, Colorado, not in Liberal, Kansas. No, that was yesterday. So it takes my location quite a while to update. I don't know how to fix that to make it update quicker, but it takes it quite a while to get going. But we already have a storm here. So we have a storm going up right here in front of me. And this road is really bumpy, but just bear with me here, guys. And we're going to get into position on this thing. I have actually really good service for this area. Just very good service. So welcome in, everybody. I already hit 50 likes on the stream. Make sure to like the stream if you have not yet. Make sure to like the stream, and of course, if you're new here, subscribe to the channel. We're getting close to 8,000. We're getting up to 8,000 soon, and that's exciting. I can see the base of the storm. We already have a little bit of a tail cloud trying to come into this thing. But we already have a storm. We have a storm up here. And we do have a storm up here. I got some chasers behind me coming out to this, getting out here and getting into position. It's really pretty out here. It's a kind of, you know, it's very flat, but I think it's a subtle beauty that a lot of people, you know, miss when they go out to I love the plains. The plains, they're just quiet, flat, you know. I love the plains. And of course, I love all the thunderstorms that happen here. That's probably the best part about it. But we got a little town right here. We got a little itty bitty farming community here. Interesting. I'm all filled up on gas here as well, and ready to rock. I'm glad to be off of the dirt roads. I think I need to get into quite a bit of a rainstorm at some point today and maybe get some of that dirt off the car, but it might come at the price of my tape falling off. If I did a good enough tape job, then the water shouldn't be too much of an issue, but I might have to do some more taping. I might have to get a towel, y'all, and just get the towel and try to wipe off some of the mud on the car, and then that'll give me a clean spot to just put some tape on here and slow down coming to this town. Yeah, I saw like an interesting lowering on the storm. Like, it was weird. I don't know what to make of it. Dude, what if we already had a tornado? That'd be crazy. We're just getting out here early just in case something like that happens. You never know. With these Colorado setups, you just never know, y'all. You never know what's going to happen here. Ooh, there's a stop sign. Nice. Got a nice base getting going here. And we'll see what happens. Interesting town. A lot of these silo things look a little bit abandoned. Yeah, there's a base right there that I was watching. You can see it in the distance. See that lowering? That's what I was watching a minute ago. Dude, I thought it almost looked like there's a funnel. I swear it almost looked like there's a funnel under that lowering, but obviously I don't think so. But we're gonna have to watch that lowering right there, and maybe it'll spit something out. We're going to get a little bit closer to it. So we already got inflow coming in and a lowering on this thing. And we're on it. We are on it. You never know. It's Colorado. Weird things happen out here. Weird things like to happen out here in Colorado. You just never know. There is some rotation already on these storms. I just want to see what happens when these storms merge together. And I need to really, they're going to start moving south here, so I need to really map out my roads before too long. We're going to have to map out roads. We're going to be doing a lot of backtracking today, and we're going to be doing a lot of that backtracking and getting on a good road, and then we'll have to get on another road. But I should honestly have like roads to connect me back to Campo. As long as I can get roads back to Campo, I think I'll be okay, but it'll be rough. Hopefully they're not flooded too bad either as well, because that could be the case. Here we go. We're going to veer south just a little bit here. Gosh, I'm just hoping my tape job stays. Please, please, please. Please, please, please. Stay, stay, stay. Stay, stay, stay. Might have to find a spot to do my put some extra tape on there just to make sure. But we got a nice supercell going now. It's a nice supercell going. These storms are going to do a little merger, and we'll see what happens with this little merger that they're going to do. But otherwise, we got solid supercells developing here off to my. Let me see if I can. It's going to be hard to angle the phone like that, but I can kind of go like that there. Let's see. We got a lowering on one of these, and like I said, we got a lowering there. It looked like a very sus appendage coming off of the storm for just a second, but maybe today's the day that we lose the windshield too. I've been saying that every day. I'm like, maybe today's the day we finally lose that window. I hope not. Hope not. It's exactly where we thought the storms were going to fire right by Kim, Colorado. Right by Kim, Colorado, and it fired right where they were supposed to fire off. I'm going to go a little bit further south, and then we'll just... But in a minute here, I'm gonna go ahead and get a different road. I'm just gonna pull off from one of these country roads, and hopefully it's not mud. I'll get out under the car and look at the tape job, and see if I can fix it any. Maybe I got a road up here that I can get off on, and hopefully I can get up on a hill or something. This thing. But tomorrow I might drive all the way back to Missouri to chase. We'll see what happens. I may drive back to Missouri to chase. That'll be a long trek, okay? So we'll see. I'll probably stop back home in Joplin, and by the time we're done chasing, I might be 6 hours from Joplin. Might try to get back there and then up to the target tomorrow, but it'll be a long trek. Okay, these roads aren't really that muddy, so I think I can get under the car and do some taping. It won't be too bad. I can get a little bit of mud on me. I'm not scared of it. But we have a nice couple of supercells here developing, and hopefully I have good service. It's stayed pretty consistent so far. So when the horde of chasers is coming, so when the horde of chasers gets up here in about an hour, It might get worse. Okay, here we go. Let me do some stuff here. There's so much mud on the car. My goodness, it's so much. Gotta find my tape here. My goodness. Hopefully it's not like the other week where I couldn't find it. Here, where did this tape go? Wait, actually, where'd my tape go? For real. Why can't I find the tape? It should be right over here. Oh no, that's not good. That is not sign. There's our storm right there, guys. Right in front of us, right smack dab in front of us, we got our storm right there. Maybe I left the tape on like outside of the car or something and it got like lost. Hope not. You know what? I'm hoping that it's just gonna hold okay. Hopefully it holds okay. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about here. But okay. So you see, here's the car. Look how dirty the car is here. And then problem is the little piece back down there fell off, and it ended up going bad. But it fell off down there, and it's to the part of the car. Hey, how's it going? No, I'm good. I'm a storm chaser, so I'm just. Oh, okay. Yeah. No, I'm all good. So I'm just watching these storms. So okay. Yeah. No, but it's part under the car right now, so I can't get an angle on it very well. It's hard for me to get an angle on it, but these storms are starting to come together a little bit, so we'll see what happens here. It's starting to come together just a little bit. You can see Got some tail clouds on the left there coming in, or on the right side of those coming in. The one to the south might become dominant. The one looking this way to the south here might become dominant, right over here. That might become the dominant storm here. I'm not sure. Not really sure. But I might go just a little bit farther south here. As long as we can get back to Campo, which we can, it'll be all right. But the problem is west of Campo, southwest of Campo, roads out there don't really exist. So that's something that we're going to have to keep in mind today. But I'm going to turn off this road and get back to the south a little, because I do think it's looking like it's going to be that storm to the south that ends up becoming the dominant one and taking over. So I'm going to get just a little bit south here, and then we're going to be playing on these dirt roads for a little bit. And as long as we're not playing on these roads when the rain starts falling, or I think we'll be okay. But they could get very, very dicey very quickly, as we saw yesterday in Kansas. Then the ones in Kansas, honestly, they didn't even. The storms, the ones in Kansas yesterday hadn't even been rained on. They were just that bad from the previous night's rain. So, but it's really, really, really green out here in this part of the state of Colorado. So, hopefully my location will update and it'll actually say I'm in Colorado instead of saying I'm in Kansas, because I'm not in Kansas. I'm near Kim in Springfield, Colorado. But I think that southern one is now becoming the dominant storm, so we're gonna get on that one. We're gonna get in position at least. Hopefully our roads do us well. You can see these low clouds showing that there's some kind of moisture here for the storms to get it to have feed into the storm. Yeah. I'm looking at the storms right now, and that southern one is really becoming the dominant storm. So that's definitely the play right now, or that is going to be the play. That one to the north isn't gonna materialize, is it? So. Yeah, that's the play right there. That one to the south is going to be the play. And then I wonder how stuff is going to go down by Lubbock. I wonder how that stuff is going to go down there. Already got some scud on the bottom of this storm right here. Oh boy, there's a lot of chasers out here now, so the internet might get a little bit worse, because everyone's going to be taken from the same cell tower, so everyone's going to have a tough time. Especially once we get a little bit farther south, it's going to get bad. we're just gonna get out ahead of these things and wait. Man, these roads, I can already tell they're not gonna be great. So these are better. These are much better than the ones in These are much better than the roads in Kansas. So much better than the ones in Kansas. Hopefully we don't lose connection. Hopefully we can keep the stream alive, guys. If we lose connection, which is it's gonna happen, like I can almost guarantee where we are going to lose connection. It will happen. I will get back as quick as possible. If we lose connection, I promise. As quick as I possibly can, but it might be for long periods of time. If I lose connection, I will get back, but I could lose connection for long periods of time. So just beware, guys. I'm telling you in advance, I'm in the middle of nowhere in Colorado and the Oklahoma Panhandle. Like, it's gonna happen, so it will happen. But just a fair warning here. We'll look over there towards our storms. In a minute here, I'll stop and we can look at these storms again. The good thing about these storms is they're going to be moving slow, at least initially. Eventually, they're going to pick up forward speed. So once they start to get into Oklahoma, these storms are really going to pick up some speed. So once they get into Oklahoma, 5, 6 o'clock, they're going to pick up some speed. But for the first hour and however long in Texas, we should have pretty slow storm motions. So that's good. We like to see those slow storm motions. It makes it a lot easier to chase when they're not moving too quick. All right, it looks like I have some connection right here. When the car's in park, I have some connection. The second I start to drive, it'll get a little bit rough. So look at that. We got a storm on the horizon. We're just gonna play the waiting game here. We're just gonna watch this thing and see what Missouri probably. Alex is just down the road from me. I might try to go say hi to him, but have good connection right here. So. In case we see something crazy today. I need to get the 4K footage. But watching these storms to the updraft is going to be the one that probably becomes dominant. Turn on. There we go. Guys, trying to get my camera mount set up. Hopefully I don't lose the dang screw again. these storms are going to start back again. choppy. We're in and out. I hope I have a little now, but we're going to be in and out. It's going to be choppy. It's going to be choppy. It's going to be in and out. Hopefully it's good enough. But, man. This storm already looks like it's got a nasty core on it for sure. Our storm is diving a little bit farther south and west than what models had, so we're going to have to adjust. And I don't really know what we're going to do about the road situation, but we'll have to play it by ear because it's not going to be good. Our storm is over there, but there's not much to see right now. I just got to drive a little bit further south, and then we can maybe get a view of this thing. This storm went much farther. This storm went much farther south and west than I would have anticipated. So, yeah, pretty much farther south and west than we would have thought. So it's gonna make it difficult. It's gonna be a challenging chase here. It'll be quite hard. We still kind of have two cells. They never really merged together, but the southern one kind of took control of it. Alright, we're going to turn towards the storm now. Finally going towards the storm now. Ooh. These things are not moving off the mountains quite yet, which is, it's only 3 p.m. It's only, yeah, so it's not quite, we haven't had movement off of the mountains yet, but it's gonna come. We should get these storms to move off of the mountains, and then once they move off of the mountains, we'll be able to intercept them. But in the distance, tough to see right now. It looks like it's trying to start to move now off of the mountains just a little bit. I say mountains. They're not really mountains. The mountains are a little bit farther to the west, but the mountains are further to the west. But we kind of have like a little bit of a terrain feature right here. The Rattan Mesa is what it's called. The Rattan Mesa. So we'll see if these things can move off the Rattan. Once these things move off of the Rattan Mesa and get south, then they could do something interesting, but we'll see. There's a lot of scud coming up into there now. It's a county road. Okay. Problem is, if I go any further west, I kind of am up a creek road-wise. So it's not ideal. It's definitely not ideal. But I think we can do it. I really hope we can do it. Okay, let me map these out. Okay, so I can do that. And then I can go farther down. I'm trying to figure this out, what I can do. There's not a lot of chasers out here on it right now. In the next hour, like I said, chasers are gonna be trickling in. Some of them are just probably gonna wait and see, but some of them will be trickling in here. So we're going at a pretty good pace here, speed-wise. Oh, Alex is right in front of me on the road. Not like right in front of me, but a little bit farther out. But you can see the updraft up there. Look at that nice, crisp updraft. My goodness. We got low-hanging scud now, too, as well. Let's see in the distance right there. Look at that scud down there on the horizon just by the mountains. I might pull over and talk to Alex. I cannot believe we have service right here, too. This road is so bumpy. So bumpy. I think these are some friends up here we could talk to. Well, maybe not. Well, maybe it's Alex. No, he's up ahead. But wow, look at this super. We already have a nice defined supercell here, so we're going into the getting into the cliffs here now. We still have a road that goes all the way west. Oof. Goes all the way west. Here. That hill's a good spot to watch it. Alright, well, we might come back to this intersection. Here we go. I'm going to turn right here and talk to some of these folks right here. Cattle guard. Woo! Cattle guard. There's Alex right there, maybe. Hold on, guys. Let me get angled here, and then I might just go back to that other road in just a second. Oof. Not great. Not that the road network's not ideal, like I've been saying. It's not ideal. There's no spot I can really pull off here, so let me turn back around. What's up? What do you think this sucker's gonna do here?
Well, I think it's getting ready to probably turn right a little.
Turn right a little bit further.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's got to get off that terrain.
Yeah.
It's trying to get off the
Once it
terrain
does,
and
it'll
then.
start moving. I think.
Yeah. Is that?
I'm debating if I go south here or east and then south.
Well, there's another road west.
Yeah, I'm not doing.
No,
that.
you're not gonna try it.
I'm not gonna try that.
Dude, because if you got stuck, you'd be cooked. Right? You'd be cooked if you get stuck.
Yeah.
Dude, there's a road west and it goes squiggles through.
Dude, it's so.
Do you see what I'm talking
sketchy.
about?
But look, before.
Dude, look at this road.
Yeah. Connor went. I just saw Connor, by the way. He went that way.
Connor Croft is already up here?
Yeah.
Oh my
I was talking
gosh.
with him over there a little bit ago. He
went where?
west.
He went west a little bit. The problem is there's terrain. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to see anything that way.
So look at this. I don't know how much I trust that, but
no, that sounds good. There's another one that goes straight down to Kenton though.
okay.
Wait, let me see Kenton. Yeah, I had Kenton in. It's 40-minute drive.
Jeez.
That's how you know.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe that's the one you have in.
Nope, that's different.
It's different. Yours
Mine's
goes further
to
east.
Kenton. See.
This is gonna line up perfectly with it right here.
I might. Dang it.
It's going south, dude.
I know.
Dude, this is firing way farther west and south, than the models really anticipated.
Yeah.
So it was supposed to be like more towards Campo.
Right.
So now it looks like it's gonna be like almost dive down to like New Mexico. It'll hit New Mexico.
Probably.
Golly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realize Connor already was up here.
Yeah. Yep. He was one of the first people I saw when I was ahead, and I stopped at that intersection. I saw nobody. And Connor was.
There's like a river next to all these roads, and like
I know. And
there's some ranches out there. Maybe that's why they have roads there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna be rough, man. I don't know.
And I'm probably gonna miss the tornado because I need to stay ahead a bit
Well, there's not gonna be a tornado. Looking at how it's.
right now.
See, this is what always happens. It looks good on models, and then you always get some stupid supercell
Yeah.
off of the terrain that becomes like super HP and like.
Yeah.
This is exactly what happened the last time I chased this area.
It's
like you want it to get east of Campo and get
Yeah.
into some of the better terrain, and it doesn't.
and then when it is east of Campo, if it was today, you
It
have
was
roads
cold.
that are terrible.
Roads that are
too.
cold and it's cold.
Like
It looks-
say it was shifted east today, and this was happening. We had the good environment east. The roads are.
It's
still
moving
crap.
like kind of east now a little bit. So it's trying to get
Trying
off
to
of the
start
terrain.
Speeding up a bit.
It has a big hail. I wonder how big the hail spike is on there.
We got a double spike right
You got Scud down there too. Wedge! Just kidding. Hey, my windows are intact, so I'm chilling. Really?
Yeah, he blew it out.
I saw a lot of people blew it out yesterday down there.
Still driving up to this, by the way.
Yeah. Huh. Nice Scud down there. I mean,
Yeah, it's looking healthier. Oh yeah, you have like something like.
dude, well, it did. Dude, some of the tape started to fall off, but I think we're good.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it's just the tape that's hanging.
yeah.
Drag some tape down the road. What? Drag some tape down the road.
Oh, drag some tape. I just said jack.
The updraft looks really nice when you get a break in the clouds. And
Yeah.
so
I wish these low-level clouds would fuck off.
they probably will.
Yeah, but your contrast is gonna get a little worse.
Yeah.
This is gonna tornado soon.
I think so too. That looked really good. Really good footage.
I'll just tell y'all, I've chased storms in this area before, and they just always like look solid, and then they just never
We know
do
we were out here
anything.
yesterday.
So out here yesterday, yeah. Well, yesterday was way east, I guess, into Kansas.
Did you chase up here yesterday?
Yeah, I did.
So yeah.
I like that Texas one more just because of where I was located. It was just much harder to get to.
Right?
Yeah, so it's a little harder to get down there. And
Yeah, we woke up in OKC.
okay.
So
you could have got down there easy, I guess, but yeah, it's okay. It happened. You can't make them all. It happens.
True.
And hey, of course it is like 50 miles west of where we'd want the storm too. You'd want it to be over more by Campo and then move off, but.
No, so I personally, when I was forecasting this, I wanted it to be further west when it went south. Even though the roads were shit, but the boundary thermos are a lot better.
To the west, you think they're better than what? Yeah,
you introduce a slight warm nose as the temperature.
That's true. It was pretty milky over there. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yesterday I was chilly, dude. Yeah. Right there.
Yeah, tail cloud going into the side of it too.
Are you talking about that?
Yeah, the one right on the grain. If you look, all the clouds, the actual base clouds, you see how it mixes in? This is the 4 point right here. This whale cloud. I'm pretty sure it's Colorado.
Yeah, but you're getting a strengthening inflow on the southern one.
That's true. What's the fun?
It may be a new area of interest.
Yeah.
We'll see. That's in that valley now, just over there that we can see. So we'd be able to see if it got ground contact. It's only like.
Ignored my gut yesterday.
I actually really couldn't make it down.
Yeah. Oh, that was. Yeah, no, I ignored my gut because I thought Colorado looked good, really good. And that,
Well, yeah, me too. Like the night
but
before I was set on it.
the night before I was dead settled on it.
Oh, really?
And then the morning of, I kind of changed tune.
It was I thought the night before, I thought Kansas was better.
I did too.
And then the morning of, maybe by 10 a.m., I started realizing I'm out of position and I just couldn't get there in time.
By 10 a.m., we were already in Woodward. We would have been. We could have made it, I guess.
Yeah.
Later initiation.
Probably could have, yeah.
Those early attempts, if that 700 nose wasn't there, those early attempts would have gone.
Yeah.
And
Well, that's what I was, because I was like, I woke up in Wichita.
Yeah,
I was like
so-
carking, and I was like, well, I could make it by 4-ish, and I'm like,
And of course, it doesn't go till fucking.
but I thought it'd be farther south and go at 3, so I didn't go
Same,
for
no,
it, and
that's
then
exactly
that's what
what I
happened. So
I always, for today
Yeah.
at least,
Yeah.
I prefer it up here.
yeah. Today yesterday I was in Liberal, and I just decided not even to try to drive south. I was like,
We're just shoot an MD down south.
it's like I'm gonna target up here because there won't be as many chasers, and then lo and behold, everyone comes up here.
Yeah.
So
The MD down here is about the same as, or the MD up here is about
that's the
the
same as down there. Yeah.
It's not nearly as robust as yesterday.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, I'm really considering it right now with the way this thing is.
Did they ever issue a tornado watch?
Yeah, there's a tornado watch.
There is a tornado watch. Okay,
40-20?
I never looked.
it's probably on the margins for it. I'm sure.
Yeah, my guess was 40-20 because the watch
Yeah.
also includes all the northern stuff.
Might take that west road and just go call it a day and just intercept the hail.
So in the valley.
I gotta finish off this windshield at some
Yeah,
point,
yeah.
So yeah, that's
I might go west or
It's
south.
40-20.
I mean,
yeah. Right now, I don't. For tornado potential, it's not looking too hot.
that's
so.
why I want to get maybe south.
Yeah.
While it's not looking.
I actually have had great service this whole time, shockingly enough. But that's not gonna stay. When you go south, you'll lose it. You'll probably get SOS.
Yeah.
You'll get SOS.
Get
So
east toward Campo, you'll start seeing service.
service again east towards Campo.
All right, chase is over, guys. Let's go.
Let's go home.
Well, everybody go home.
Yeah. Are you guys out here for a while or?
Oh no, we'll go back to probably OKC tonight.
What's your name?
Sam.
Sam. I feel like I've met you before. I just can't remember.
I feel like I recognize
Right,
it.
yeah, Ben Williams. I feel like I met you last year, and then
I think so.
yeah,
Was it Northeast Colorado?
yeah,
was that
I
day?
think so. It was one of those days in June. I feel like maybe
Oh,
or May.
no, it
May.
wasn't
It might have been May.
It wasn't. It had to have been.
Might have been like right
Yeah.
before like Greenfield or something. Or
Yeah, I think it was before Greenfield.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but I recogned you. I was like, I feel like I know this guy.
Yeah, I'm out here instead of 2 weeks like I was last year. I'm out here for the whole season.
Heck yeah.
I
It's gonna get pinched
I was going to quit my job, and I decided, fuck it, I'm going to wait. And then I'm going to get, like, I'm just going to wait.
Yeah.
Tough it out for 5 months.
Yeah,
with
just...
my piece of garbage boss, and then come out here, chase full season.
There you go. That's, yeah.
So I'm up to 19, technically 21.
Heck
so
yeah,
far
dude.
Since I got out here.
Honestly, my April was so great. I had such an amazing April, and then May, other than maybe one day, it was just very rough for me.
Yeah,
so
I feel like I had the best May possible. I didn't miss anything.
I
got on everything that was good. I got Sykeston, I got Arnett, I got all that stuff.
I was like 100 yards from Arnett, just right. I was just
You're on that road going into town and everything.
Around that, yeah.
I think I was the only one that got a really good shot of Sykeston.
I was a few cars ahead of Reed on that. Yeah, so I was behind it. I was behind it. What?
Your chat's you're streaming, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
God, contrast really picking up now.
Yeah.
Looks okay.
I kind of want to move south.
That's what I'm gonna do too.
We got time.
You got some good mid-level inflow coming in. You can see the tail clouds.
In front of us, we can see it.
Yeah.
We don't need to move yet.
My only thing is I don't think this is gonna do.
I'm gonna move when a car comes on this road, if it ever does happen. Yeah, that's why I figured people wouldn't really be coming. So
I met you on Tyro Day, I think.
Tyro?
3-7 last year.
3-7.
Southeast Kansas.
Oh, that day. Okay, by Coffeyville.
I was with Jimmy that day.
Jimmy, you're with
This
Jimmy.
was my
okay.
shot of Sykeston.
Heck yeah, dude! Look at that. Wow.
And it crossed
Man,
within.
just a freaking...
It crossed within about less than a mile to our north.
That's freaking awesome.
While it was violent motion.
Gosh. Okay, so I was waiting on the Kentucky side for that
Yeah.
storm.
See.
So then I follow it for hours, get into position again, and then that day was weird because it would spin up and then not do it. Yeah. I thought they'd be long trackers, right? So that's why I got ahead of it, and they just weren't. They just were kind of like, they relied on nudgers.
They were
and then
decently long trackers, but they weren't like, 50-mile plus.
No, it's like if you're in the terrain like that, you can't just go,
That's the specific
that's the problem.
reason that
so
I targeted the boot heel, because
that's
I knew
smart.
the
That's
terrain
probably
would
what
be
I
better.
should have done.
My thoughts were, where's the best matchup of
Hindsight.
of parameter space and terrain?
Yeah.
And so I matched them up. I decided on Sykeston.
There's
I just Cape Girardeau, but
There's our net for me.
Nice.
It's right next
Yeah,
to
I was
the
much
sucker,
further.
and then-
I wanted to get closer
and
to
then,
it, could not because of chase convergence.
It was just
On that road going north into Arnett, the traffic was unbelievable.
Really? I was behind
We
it.
averaged about
Yeah.
15 miles an hour.
I was right under it, and there's like maybe 10 other people, and
Yeah, everybody else was on the north-south road.
there's a shot right there.
Unless you want to take the east, unless you want to go east.
Hell yeah,
It doesn't
dude.
get any better than that, man. That's about it. See, that was probably 150.
I will say I do
away,
prefer
and then
my Sykeston footage
Yeah.
in particular to
Yeah.
anything else that I've seen this year so far.
You got like a YouTube or something? Is it?
I have
I'll have to
10
watch
minutes
it.
of raw footage up on my YouTube channel,
Oh,
but
okay.
I don't publicize it.
Don't publicize it.
I'm not
Okay.
a public figure, kind of.
Yeah,
If that makes
yeah.
sense. I try to stay. I want people to know me, not know of me. if that
Yeah,
makes sense.
there you go. Yeah.
So trying to build a following and all that, no, I don't try to do that shit.
You can see the hail core right over the little
Oh,
plateau
that's cool. I didn't
coming
notice
over.
that. Oh,
Yeah.
Picture of that. I had this whole sequence sometime last time.
Bro, dude,
Your tire just assaulted me.
I've been here for a few minutes
On my
now.
knee.
So, hey, exactly what the forecast, cold, kind of
Yeah,
super solid.
Yeah, I think it's a little lightly warmer.
Maybe we'll get lucky when there's a lot of shear in like 2 hours and it'll position.
Yeah, I'm really excited for when that happens.
My
When it gets to
expectations
the-
today
when it
were
gets-
pretty.
When it gets to the northeast Texas Panhandle, it's gonna go off.
I think
I know.
This track, though, I think
That's from today.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
All from today, dude, because I got a car wash in Liberal, so I could like stick the
Yeah,
the track right there, ready. It should
No,
go.
I like the further west track for the storm. I don't like it for the chaseability.
So I've got a car coming. I'm gonna move.
Once you get to Boise City,
Are they gonna park there?
Might go east.
I'm gonna. You know what? I'll just follow Alex. See what he does.
Oh, Alex.
That's the plan.
Shit, we were hoping one of y'all would go down so you guys could test it for us. Fuck, now we gotta go east. I don't want to be the lead car. East. Or south.
Guys, sorry if those guys say curse words. I don't know. So a couple of them I know, but I apologize. apologize if there's any curse words there. You know, it's just random people. I can't do anything about it. But you know, I don't like to have to curse on here. So, but apologize for any curse words there. There's a couple of them who said something. We'll get a look at the storm in just a minute here, and apologize about the cursing there. It's looking okay, but we need to get into a better position here. Hold on, let me wait for this truck to get out of here, and then I'm gonna. And they're just parked here now, so this truck gets out of here, and then What are you thinking, man?
I'm just gonna go east.
East
Then south.
on that road. I think I have one that makes me go just a little bit east. I don't know if that's the same one as
Is
you.
it? And then it's like 2 miles.
What the heck? Whoa. Yeah, look at this. It's this one. Well, there's 2 routes, but I'm gonna probably take the east and then south.
Let's go east.
Yeah. You want to follow me or something? I'll lead the convoy, I guess. So.
Thanks, Ben.
Yeah. I'm a fast driver, so. Alright, we're repositioning east here, and then we'll reposition east here, and then we're gonna dive south and just get out ahead of this guy. But I'm gonna warn you guys, chat, we're gonna lose service. It's gonna happen. We're gonna lose service. We're gonna have struggles here, and just a fair warning. It's gonna happen. So and here comes all the chasers. So all these chasers are gonna start taking off the cell towers. It'll get a little bit clogged. So, but so far I've actually had very good service. But like it might just get a little bit rough. So, just heads up. Heads up, chat. It's gonna get rough. The target near St. Louis looks pretty good tomorrow, so I might have to hightail it to Missouri at some point. Heck yeah, I love seeing all the chasers out here. Heck yeah, dude. Let's go, guys. It's not too crowded. It's not like Oklahoma the other week. Love seeing the chasers out here. We're going to take a little bit of a different approach. It looks like the storm is trying to strengthen maybe a little bit. We'll see what it does. But I'm leading the chaser convoy here. Whoa. I'm leading the chaser convoy here. Let's see. Okay, not this road, the next one. Let's see if I know any of these guys. I don't know. Like there's a lot of people out here that I just don't know. Okay, the storm is looking a lot better now, so we'll get back into position on it. And really, if I had to be honest, I'm just going to be honest. It's probably going to be a big hailer with hopefully some crazy structure out ahead of it that we can snag and stuff like that. So that's probably what is going to happen. So I got Alex Russell behind me. If you guys were tuned into the stream yesterday, for those of you who did tune in yesterday, well, everybody else was on the big tornadoes and we weren't. But for those of you who did tune in yesterday, We were hanging out with Alex on a lot of the chase and hanging out with John McKinney, who's, if you guys know Freddie McKinney, John is Freddie's dad, obviously. So we were hanging out with John and Alex and Mike DeLang, I think is his name. I know him as Mike. I think DeLang is his last name, but Mike DeLang. We're all kind of hanging out yesterday, and yeah, well, we're just trying to get out ahead of this thing. I'll pan my camera as far as I can, but we're not gonna have a super good angle on it. Yeah, the storm, it doesn't look like anything special right now, guys. So I'm glad that these roads are more gravel and less dirt. That's gonna make it much, much easier. I wish all parts of the country were like this, with more gravel, less dirt, but it's much, much easier. One of the problems with both setups today, but especially the Texas one, the one down by Lubbock got some, some crazy rain last night. So that whole area is very flooded down by Lubbock. And they're extremely flooded. So that's another partial reason why I didn't go up there. Mostly just because it was a long drive. My service. There goes my. I'm gonna lose it. It's gonna come back. It'll be up and down and gone and whatever. But it's actually pretty solid right now. I wonder if whenever we cross into New Mexico or Oklahoma, I don't know which one we're gonna cross into. It looks like our road, it takes us literally like a mile from New Mexico. Not quite, but our road literally takes us like a mile from New Mexico. So. Our storm is still kind of getting its act together, so we'll see here. We'll see what it does here. I wonder if the storm being farther west is going to give it a better shot. That was a bad noise. I hope my flap thing did not just fall off, because that was not a good noise. But here we go. Here's our storm right here. We're going to get a view. We're going to get intermittent views of this thing. Like, we'll get a view of it for a second, and then it'll go away. And then we'll get another view of it. But we're trying to get out of position so we can really get onto it later on. Is that Toyota Camry there? No, who that is. I don't know who that is right there. But, yeah, we're right by the Oklahoma, Colorado, New Mexico, Kansas intersection. So we're more Oklahoma, Colorado. Does Oklahoma does border Colorado for just a little bit. It does. Let's see. We'll do a turn here and then we'll lose it. And you know, we're actually about to go into a little bit of a valley, so we might lose service in the valley. I wouldn't be surprised if we lost it in the valley. And there's not much out here. There's nothing out here. This is barren land out here. There's a few ranches. There's some ranches out here, but other than some ranches, there's really not much out here. Just some ranches. So that's about it. There's not much. But our storm is starting to get some better mid-level structure on it, and it's kind of getting there. Slowly but surely, the low levels look a little bit disorganized, but all you need is a little bit of extra moisture, and those low levels will look fabulous. I'm sure, once you get some moisture onto the storm. So it's just a wait and see, guys. It's just a wait and see. I really want to bail on this earlier rather than later. I'm going to chase it for as long as I want to chase it, but I'm going to bail on it maybe slightly earlier just so I can get out to Missouri tomorrow. Because to be honest with you, I think there's a decent tornado threat in Missouri, and I really don't know how many chasers are going to even try to go for that. So if I could be one of the only chasers on the threat, I think I might try to go for it. Here's our. Now we're going to get a look at the storm again. So we're going to go around these curves. We'll get a look at the storm, and then the storm will kind of pan out of view. And then we'll get a look at it again, and then, oh, look at this. The storm is out of view now. Oh. And then we'll go around another curve, and then we'll get a look at the storm around the other curve. But you can see we're kind of going into a valley. We're slowly descending in elevation. I don't know how much of a valley, but surely we descend at least a few hundred feet as we go down into this valley, maybe 500. But slowly we're descending here. I'm trying to get you guys a view of the storm at every possible chance, but it's a little difficult sometimes. But we're just trying to get in position because at some point this storm is going to start moving quick. And when it starts moving quickly, we obviously want to be out ahead of it. Because the last thing we want is to get tennis ball size hail and 70 mile an hour wind while we're on these dirt roads in the middle of nowhere. You know, this is the last. Other than that, like I said, there's not much. You can see the anvil. You can see some of these low-level clouds streaming into the storm here. But yeah, there's not a ton out here. Oh, I see the line of chasers behind me. I see the line of cars behind me. There's like 5 cars behind me, and I am the leader. I am the leader of these cars. This Congo. I am the leader right here. So nobody's really in a hurry right now. There's nothing much to be in a hurry. I am currently the leader of this Congo line. And out here. And I will be just a heads up. It's gonna happen. I will lose service, and it'll get dicey out here a little bit. So our storm is finally starting to move here. It's finally starting to move off the terrain here. So there's a lot. Well, there might. I am curious, dude, if Texas does something crazy today, and if Texas does the crazy thing again, and I will tip my hat to Texas, but we'll see. Yeah, there's just a little bit more sun out to the west here. So we got a 670 over 71.59, and then we got a 78 down. Okay. I don't know exactly what the dew points are, but kind of the leader of this chaser Congo, kind of the leader of it here. (61-62 degree dew point there in the Panhandle of Oklahoma. This isn't the start of the Panhandle by like Beaver. This is like the Panhandle part of Oklahoma that hits New Mexico. We're all the way by New Mexico, and wow, this storm is really far to the west. I do think it'll start going south at some point. Oh, there's a tornado warning east of Colorado Springs now. Interesting. Okay, this storm is looking really messy right now, guys, so we're going to give it more time. There's also that threat. There's also that threat up in Tennessee, maybe far eastern Arkansas, Tennessee today. And honestly, if I could do it over again, I would have left last night and I would have started driving to that Tennessee risk. But it just didn't look very good last night. So I'm like, I don't know if I want to, drive all the way out to that one when it doesn't look so hot. So I decided that this was the play up here. I kind of decided on it last night and made my decision. But there's our storm over there, so you can see it in the distance. The camera is blocking it just a little bit, but it's not bad. I'm just hoping and praying that this tape job stays on. Oh, here's the canyon. How do I have connection? How do I have connection down here? How do I still have internet? I think I have internet. I have 4 bars. How do I have 4 bars right here? This is wild. But I'm not complaining. I'm just like, dude, there's like a cliff in front of me and I have like 4 bars of service. Like, what is happening? There's like there are a ton of Mesa, not a fun place to be. There's a lot of cacti. There's a lot of cacti out here. Lots of cacti. Is it cactus? Cacti? What do you call it? But there's a lot of it. Don't know exactly what to call it, but there's a lot of it. I'm sure this area floods extremely bad when they get rain down here in this little valley. I'm sure they get a lot of flooding here, but it looks like they haven't had rain in a couple of days. There's some puddles, but it looks like they haven't had super heavy rain in a couple. Well, last night there might have been some rain, so maybe it's not that way. Maybe it dried off today, but there's a little bit of water. That's either from last night or the day before. I'm not really sure. Yeah, this area would probably flood pretty bad down here in this valley. Oh my gosh, we got straight up like mountains right here. Straight up mountain thing. More just being in a valley, and then that's higher elevation. I wouldn't say it's mountains, but it's kind of. I have 4 bars somehow. What the heck? What is happening? I'm just perplexed by how I have service, but I'm not complaining. That cell booster's putting in the work today. My goodness, this cell booster was worth the $500. I guess it's putting in the work. Yeah, we're running right next to a creek. There's a creek down here, river. I mean creek. I mean probably more of a creek than a river, because it's probably not full. very often. But there's a couple of ranches down here. You know, it'd be kind of fun to live in a little area like this with it'd be fun to live in an area like this with like this kind of terrain in this like valley. It's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. We're almost to Oklahoma. We're in the far corner of Texas that borders Oklahoma. We're almost to Oklahoma. And now we can't see our storm in this valley, or in this like valley. We can't see this storm. Lovely chase terrain out here, huh? Lovely chase terrain out here. Just lovely, huh? Oh my goodness, I cannot believe I have such great service. I'm jumping for joy here in this. Whoa! Moo! Moo! There we go. That was a good one. We got the cows out here too as well, and this one. What?
Yeah, this is incredible.
Is there a tornado? No, I just want to get out here and like enjoy the view for a minute, Alex.
Yeah.
I have 4 bars of service.
What?
I have 4 bars of service right
Hey,
here.
hey, here's Ben, Mike.
What's happening? Oh, hey, Mike. How's it going?
Look at the space terrain.
This is weird.
Right now,
Is there anything like this in the cage? It doesn't have fences.
the inflow is nuts.
John's trying to call. Let me merge. Hey, John. Doing good. I got Ben here. 1 second, Mike.
Look at the structure.
I know.
Wait, should we just sit right here and just...
All right, hello. I got you guys. Well, hold on. Oh, I lost him.
Some angry chaser's gonna come down. Bing!
Wait, there we
Start
go.
honking the horn. He's gonna be like, look at this idiot in the
Yeah.
road.
Dude, what is this?
What is happening? What is happening? Could you imagine if, like, what if we just had, like, a... Oh, yeah, John's on this one, too. I've really getting mid-level structure pretty
Mid-level
great.
structure.
Low-level structure struggling still, but...
Yeah, low level struggling. We do got nice inflow still. Very nice inflow. It is a little bit. I think It's not as grungy though as yesterday. Not as grungy. It's still a little grungy, but not like it was. Dude, Ben, this is insane.
Well, it didn't have this structure fine.
Yeah, so we're doing good though. My car's doing good.
There's our storm right there, guys. Look at that thing.
Tornado warning.
Tornado warning.
Tornado warning.
Dude, what if we got a pipe to just drop over these like plateaus? That'd be like the shot of my life.
Might have to maybe. I wonder if we can get past this
and get up out of it. Warning, y'all. Tornado warning, chat. Yeah, I don't know. We're in a perfect position, honestly, too.
We are.
But we could go a little bit south and get into some better terrain so we could see it.
Hedges just a little south.
Okay, well let's look at it. It's going south now.
Oh
See
yeah,
that?
we might want to. Look at the inflow kick up.
My goodness.
Here, I wonder if we should. Let's maybe.
Look at that right tail cloud right there. Look how fast that's coming into it. Wow, that's picked
Look
up.
at the KH within the inflow tail. That's cool. Yeah, oh, look at. Maybe we should try going a little bit that way.
What? Wait, what's it doing?
Back in there somewhere.
It's rotating.
Go that way.
Okay, just keep. This road just keeps going,
Yeah,
man.
it goes south too, so that's nice.
Moo! Moo! My goodness, these cows are not happy with me today. Man, the cows in Texas the other day were not happy. I just stopped there quick just to take it in, guys. But we got a tornado warning supercell in the Raton Mesa right here. So this is incredible here. We got a tornado warning supercell up here and a little bit farther to the west than maybe we would have anticipated, but we're gonna lose the angle of our storm here as we go to the right here. There's no other chasers on this road anymore. I did see quite a few earlier, but with that, I'm with my buddy Alex Ressel. I think it's Ressel. Alex Ressel. Man, this inflow is picking up. You can see the dust. You can see the dust flying across the road here. And look at this little like mountain thingy right here. That's pretty cool as well. But our storm is really picking up now. I'm getting a little bit. I'm feeling a little bit. I still think it'll mostly be just storm structure, but I'm feeling a little bit better about maybe getting a tornado out of this thing or something like that. But we'll see though. We'll have to see. Oh my goodness, look at this drop. Look at this drop we get right here. This is gorgeous, man. This is like what Wyoming will look like. Oh, here we go. We got a river. We're lucky that this is not overflown right here. But we got a river right there. And then, I'm surprised we didn't lose service on the river. This is what we call the Raton Mesa right here. Is what we call the Raton Mesa. So maybe now we're going west here, and then we're gonna drop south. Get back out ahead of this thing a little bit hail core on it is pretty intense. So the hail core looks intense. I don't know if it actually is in real life. I'd have to see some pictures, you know, of some chaser sampled. Vehicle stability. What off? Oh, I don't need to turn that back on. I don't even know what that does, but let's just keep it on. So we're gonna lose the view of this thing for just a minute, guys, and then I'm gonna get back onto it. So. Whoa, they've had some wild flooding. They've had some wild flooding through this little canyon. You can tell there's been some insane flooding at times in this canyon. So we're gonna stop. I'm gonna stop right here and get a view of it here. Stop right about here and get a view. Go right up here just a little bit more. I'm gonna get right up here so I can park my car and angle it without blocking the road too bad. Hopefully it's not too muddy right there. Here's our storm right here. Wow, look at that. I just think this is a good spot here, Alex, to just stop. I think this is a good... good vantage point, but if it really starts to go, then we'll try to intercept. So. All right, this storm is definitely cold and grungy, kind of like I thought, but it definitely is picking up. The wind shear is really picking up on it, so we'll see if it can spin anything up out of it at some point today. It's really pretty down here, like I've said. It's very pretty down here on the Raton Mesa. It's a gorgeous area. I love the terrain down here. Chasing down here isn't quite so fun, but now I know if I'm ever in this spot. If I'm ever in this spot, I have a good spot to like have service and everything down here. So. Why is this road paved? Why do we have a paved road in the Raton Mesa? Why is there a paved road down here? That's actually ridiculous. All right, guys, I'm gonna stop again and get a view of this thing. I want to just pull into this driveway and then loop around and then... Oh, here we go. The power lines are kind of blocking our shot here, but we have a good view of the storm, so we're going to take advantage of our views here. Hey, Alex. Yeah, why is there a paved road in the Raton Mesa? Look at this structure.
The structure's really
Dude, I wonder if
together.
we just got to stand ahead of this thing. God, I'm just praying this tape job holds, man.
Yeah.
Hey, look, there's some spin in there.
There's definitely some spin in there.
Down this road, man.
Wow, dude. I want just a.
Right?
We don't have good contrast.
That's good right down this road, too, though.
Dude, we can sit here and watch it.
Okay.
So our road will take us to Kenton, and then Kenton. And then from Kenton, I don't know what's south of Kenton, but I'm assuming we want to. Kenton's due south here.
Yeah.
Oh, you got it down now.
Yeah, I had put in,
Yeah, there's some broad rotation. Wow. See that?
yeah.
It's not even close to producing.
No.
See that new spot right there?
Easily the best chase terrain we've ever been.
Yeah, to actually have a
Photogenic
super
stand.
cell. Look how tall these like bases are.
I'd say that's a yeah.
What's the national ratio?
Quite low.
Wait, is it right?
Yeah. Or it might be, I think it's quite low.
You got all these little clouds right here blocking it. I just don't think it can. I never liked these recordings. There's rotation right in front of us. It's just wrong. With this in the background, would you run into that?
I would.
Like, get an angle.
Might hit it that way.
Ow, it's scratching.
There is.
Wow,
Dang it.
there's someone.
I thought we'd be the only one.
No, you're never the only one. Not this time of year, and not nowadays. Oh, hey, there's a few people. There's a couple on the